My name is Anne Brand and I teach technological design with a focus in interior design at Cardinal Catholic High School in Aurora. When the opportunity for an experiential learning grant came up, I thought, what a great opportunity for my kids to take what we are learning in class and apply it to a real-life situation with a real-life client. Crypto Escape Rooms is a locally owned and operated business in Newmarket, and they just bought a mobile trailer that they are going to convert into an escape room, and they were looking for an idea of what to do in that trailer. So I thought, you know what, let us help you. My students will have to come up with an idea, go through the design process, and let them pitch their ideas to you as their clients. It's perfect, it matches the interior design curriculum perfectly.
An escape room is a room with a series of puzzles leading up to like a grand puzzle that you have to solve and escape the room.
So we went to the Crypto Escape Rooms in Newmarket and we did 2 of the rooms actually. They were really fun rooms. Some were more challenging than others, but it really incorporated teamwork and just having fun. And then we talked with the company owners and found out a little bit about them and what their plans were for the future. And for the project we decided to design an escape room that, because they're planning to make a trailer of an escape room that they can do on the go. And it was our job to create ideas for them and come up with puzzles and designs for the room.
Students were given the task to create an original idea, so they had to come up with a story and design something for the mobile escape room. So the trailer was 6 feet by 12 feet, and a lot of the students had no idea in terms of how big that was. So the first thing we did was we mapped out with masking tape on the floor exactly what 6 feet by 12 feet was. So they really got to know the size and they could work within it. Then students had to brainstorm and research their ideas. Then they had to sketch it out as a 2D floor plan complete with dimensions. I gave them a trailer layout on a piece of paper that was printed to scale and they could work out their ideas, and then they had to hand in a good copy of that. Once their 2D plans were approved, they had to create their design as a 3D computer-generated model using SketchUp. Creating designs in a 3D way helps students really visualize their ideas in a more realistic way, and they're able to solve problems and move things around before they get to the building stage.
That was cool because you got to see your ideas actually almost lifelike, and it was a little hard because you have to make sure your objects are not too big that's going to take up the whole room size, and just the right size too.
For the scale model, they had to measure 6 inches by 12 inches pieces of MDF for the base, followed by a 7 by 12 piece of hardboard for the walls. All furniture, puzzles, objects that you would find in the room also had to be made. Students really enjoyed the building of this particular piece, and they worked really hard to make it perfect for the clients. The 3D models that the students made were really impressive. The detail that some put in were just incredible. If students chose to work with a partner, they also had to design and make something life-size that they would find in that room. So 2 of my students designed a room called the Lost Magician. Their idea was based on a carnival and a magician's tent. Inside their escape room was a large box with a padlock. So these 2 girls decided to build the box, and they did a pretty good job.
So just like the story of Abigail.
On June 15th, students presented their design ideas to Crypto. Chris, Steven, and Richard, the owners of Crypto, came in, and my students designed presentations to show them.
Just enough space to fit your arm through. There's going to be keys at the top. The keys can only fit through that last hole over there. You can't pull them out or anything.
Students took the presentations very seriously, which was really nice to see. They really wanted Crypto to choose their design to use in their next build, so students went all in for this particular project.
There was another one here.
Home Sweet
This
Home.
one, Home Sweet Home, you know, in a larger scale.
Yeah. Yeah.
A great room, okay?
I like the idea behind it.
This one in a larger scale, excellent. This one.
And at the end, Crypto chose a winner, and those winners received some free passes, some gift cards, and the students were very, very excited about it. Okay.
So the best overall prize, this is the one that we found, met all the categories to the best of the ability, including the, being able to plug and play.
It's one we'd be really excited to build. Like as we started talking about it when we were choosing, there was elements to it that were like, we love to figure out how to do that and put that in the room. We think it'd be exciting for players to play. So I think that's why it's the best one.
This one went to the alien/space theme. Yeah. Everything from the pencil design to the set design, it all.
We need a picture.
Yeah.
I think it is largely because our ideas could potentially be brought to life in a real community setting. You know, they're not just getting marked and put to the side, they're being used in a real way. And the students, I think, really appreciated that opportunity, and they got to be real life interior designers.
And thanks to all of you for putting a lot of work into your designs. It did not go unnoticed, especially if you didn't actually receive an award. Like we did take notice, and it made it so challenging for us to make these decisions. There are people that we did have to leave out, but just know that if you did put in work, it did go recognized. And congratulations to all of you.
Right, and before we end, I just want to say a big thank you to Stephen, Chris, and Richard from Crypto for partnering with us for this great learning experience for the kids. So this is for you to put on your wall to show everybody that you care about kids in our community.
I really like doing this project because it allowed us to think outside the box and be creative, and the puzzles were a little hard to get around first, to think of something that's hard but easy enough for someone else to understand. And I really enjoyed the project because it was so lifelike. After we presented to a real company, it felt very professional.
This project was different because it was more of a real life scenario. You really got the feel of what being an interior designer was like because you had a client and you had a task to do, and you had to make them happy and bring what they wanted to life rather than just what you wanted and what you felt was best. And you got to work with them and got their feedback and put in your ideas and make it come to life.